Thanks for attending today's presentation. What we wanted to do is we wanted to recreate the presentation that we gave last night live, and we're going to record it. That way everybody that missed the presentation last night will be able to hear this one. So I'd like to welcome everybody to today's presentation. And when we get to the end, we're going to ask a couple of common questions that we received as well. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Scott Messina, and I'm one of the founders of ChatToText. And on the phone, I also have the other founder, which is Shawn Pringle.
Hi, everyone.
Before we jump right into the presentation, I just wanted to tell everybody a little bit about our backgrounds. Prior to starting ChatToText with Shawn, I was involved with several successful Internet-based marketing companies. During my tenure at one particular company, we grew the business to over $2.5 billion per year in sales. That's billion with a B. And we did it in less than 3 years. And I'm excited to say that based on the numbers we saw during the time that ChatToText was actually available, I would expect to hit $1 billion in sales again with a B easily during our first year. And we have all of you to thank for that. So I want to first thing I want to do is just thank everybody. Thank you all for participating and being here today. Shawn and I met when we were working on another project, and I have to tell you, he's one of the best affiliate marketers I ever met. But, Shawn, before I louse up your bio, can you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure, no problem. Hi, everyone, again. My name's Shawn, and I've been making a living as a full-time online marketer for over 6 years now. And I was creating and marketing products for 2 years part-time before that. So I've been at this for over 8 years now, which makes me, about 150 in Internet years? I've created and released literally dozens of digital products over the years, some as my own creations and some as joint ventures with brilliant people like Scott. My affiliates account for 75% of my business, so yeah, I'm really focused on affiliate sales. One of the goals that I have with ChatToText is to help all of you make a ton of cash. You have to consider this. We could only fit 1,000 people on the call last night, but in the U.S. and Canada alone, there are roughly 45 million Facebook users and roughly 90 million MySpace users. My point is there are only 1,000 people on the call last night. So you guys, last night and right now, listen to this. You couldn't be in a better position.
Absolutely. Now, speaking about social networks, I think you used some of the numbers earlier, Shawn. Like Facebook has, 150 million people on it or something?
Yeah, I think the number was for the U.S. and Canada. Between Facebook and MySpace, it's like 130 million. Okay. Obviously, those numbers are significantly larger for when you include their entire user base, but that's for other countries. And for now, we're just focusing on the U.S. and Canada, but we'll talk about that again at the end of the presentation.
It's interesting, too, Shawn. I was talking with one of my buddies today who's a self-employed guy. He's a graphic artist. And, he was on the call last night, and we talked about on the call last night about how, in addition to, using an actual link to go to the chat page, you're going to be given some code that you can post on your website, and then a little box will pop up just like on the Facebook page where it said, text me here. And then people can actually text you directly from your home page or from your website. And one of the things I wanted to mention that he mentioned to me was, he's out and about. He's running around town. And what he finds is that people are more will generally, especially if it's a new client, will more than likely send an email to him rather than make a telephone call. And there are certain statistics out there that back them up. It's something like over 90% of website visitors will either use email or a chat function, chat with the representative here, rather than pick up the phone and call someone. There's some interesting information that shows that a lot of people actually use the computer when they're at their office. So the last thing they want to do is pick up the phone and call up and ask questions about, is that house for sale, or, the color of the shoes you sent me were the wrong color, with their boss walking around the office. So, they much rather either send an email or chat with someone via a text chat, which is exactly what our application does. And if you're self-employed, if you have your own website out there, you're going to be able to actually post that image on your website, and people can then contact you directly from that website. So it's great for people that are self-employed. Or even people that aren't self-employed that are just in the field all the day. How about, plumbers, construction guys.
Well, another good example is real estate agents. Yeah, exactly.
Real estate agents. They're never in their office. If your real estate agent's in your office all the time, you should probably find a different real estate agent.
Any real estate agent that has an account with ChatToText can simply take their chat link and put it on their website as well as on their listings. So on their web listings for any property that they're selling, put the simple link on that page so that potential buyers can send them a text message and ask them a question.
Yep, that's a great point.
There's so many applications for it. It's just you just have to think outside the box kind of thing.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide, which is the question and answer slide. Shawn, one of the interesting questions I think we got last night was we had a question, and I believe it was a gentleman asked the difference between chat programs like Google Talk or MSN Messenger, AIM. You got Google Talk, and then you've got Yahoo Chat
and AOL Instant Messenger.
Right.
But they're all basically the same premise. It's two users with the chat messaging service installed on their computers, chatting back and forth from computer to computer. That's the way those were designed to work.
And of course, the difference with our service is what our service does is it bridges the gap from computer to mobile, right, to the cell phone.
That's right. Ours is from the computer and the internet to the cell phone, and then back from the cell phone to the internet. So there's no other application out there that does that.
That does two-way communication from a cell phone directly to an internet page, right? That's what our service. That's what's unique about our service. Because the other option is to do text messaging to text messaging, right? I got a cell phone. The guy I want to contact has a cell phone. We send an SMS message. Of course, the problem with that is I actually need to know the guy that I want to contact cell phone number. I don't know about you, but I don't like giving out my cell phone number to everybody.
That's right.
Because my cell phone number, the only one that should have that is my wife, because otherwise, people call you when you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's a good point. When we release this on the 27th to make it, extremely portable, so you can put your chat link anywhere, people can message you. That's a really good point. Your cell phone information is hidden. They don't see your cell phone number or any other information except for your name, and you can allow them to chat with you through the link that you provide them.
Again, they don't need to know your phone number. They're just clicking on a link, a web page opens up, they type in their message, and they don't even know you're actually on a cell phone, right?
That's right.
They have no idea where you are.
Yeah, it works a lot like those customer live chat windows that I'm sure you've all seen when you go to some of these websites and they say, click here for live chat, and you click the link and you type your question and you get a reply from the person, in real time. Well, the thing with those services is that the other person is also on the computer. They're on the internet. But with chat-to-text, you can have that same functionality, except you can reply with your cell phone instead of having to be online to reply to answer questions that are posted through a live chat form.
What I just thought of, Shawn, too, which is, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but it just kind of struck me. But most of our people that are in the chat-to-text business offering have done other multi-levels before. And what I really think is kind of neat is you can actually use the ChatToText service with your other multi-level services, especially if they're ones that give you a web page or you set up a web page for, right? Because you could use the ChatToText application, put it on your other multi-level marketing offerings, and if anybody ever has a question, it's coming to you, whether you're, at a restaurant with your spouse, or you're at a movie theater, or you're playing golf, or you just decided to bum around at the beach for the day. You could still, in essence, make sales and be in contact with people, for our users out there that might have other multi-level businesses to do.
That's a great point. While at the same time, passively promoting your chat-to-text opportunity to people that chat with you.
To that whole other business organization, right? Because they're really going to say, hey, how'd you put that thing on your web page? Oh, well, this is where I got it. So this program is growing by leaps and bounds. I mean, even the people that, it was I think it was more than 90% of the people that attended the call last night went through, filled out their credit card info, and they're out there right now recruiting members. So there's no time to waste here. You're getting this opportunity to go out there and recruit before, it really gets opened up to the whole world.
That's right. The real early birds were the ones that were on the call last night, because they're the ones that had the very first opportunity. So you're not much behind them. This is only the very next day, but they've sort of got a jump start on you. So if you want to be in that early bird group too, to be able to promote this before anybody else in the world gets a chance to, then you really got to take advantage of this opportunity right now. This is an amazing opportunity. I hope you all realize what's sitting in front of you right now.